The ocean was calm that morning, sunlight shimmering over the waves, a perfect day for surfing. But in a single heartbeat, beauty turned into horror. A shadow beneath the water, a sudden strike, and blood staining the blue waves. In that moment, a 13-year-old girl's dream of becoming a champion surfer seemed shattered forever. Most people would have surrendered to fate. But this was not the end of her story. It was only the beginning. Her name was Bethany Hamilton, a girl from Hawaii who grew up with salt in her hair and a surfboard under her arm. Born in 1990, she was raised in a family where the ocean wasn't just a place. It was a way of life. By the age of 8, Bethany was already winning junior surf competitions, her natural talent shining brighter with every wave she rode. Her dream was crystal clear: to become a professional surfer, to compete with the best in the world, and to carve her name into the history of the sport she loved. She had the energy, the discipline, and a fierce determination that set her apart from other kids her age. To her, the ocean was freedom. Every morning before school, she would paddle out into the waves, chasing perfection. She was that girl who seemed unstoppable, strong, confident, and destined for greatness. But life has a way of testing those who dream big. It was October 31st, 2003, just another morning in Kauai. Bethany was out with her best friend and family, waiting for the right wave. The sun was warm, the waves gentle. She was lying on her surfboard, her left arm casually dangling in the water. And then, in an instant, everything changed. A 14-foot tiger shark struck without warning. The force was brutal. Bethany was pulled underwater, and when she surfaced, her world was spinning. The shark had taken her left arm, clean off at the shoulder. Blood gushed into the water as her friends and family scrambled to save her life. Imagine being 13 years old, one moment chasing a dream, the next moment fighting for your life. The ambulance ride was silent except for Bethany's shallow breaths. Doctors fought desperately to keep her alive. She had lost more than 60% of her blood. When she woke up in the hospital, she looked down at her bandaged shoulder and whispered, "Why me?" The future she had envisioned, surfing, competing, winning, suddenly seemed impossible. Reporters swarmed her story, calling her the girl who lost her arm. Strangers pitied her. Some said her surfing career was over. Deep inside, doubt began to creep in. Late at night, she would stare at the ceiling, wondering if her dreams had been swallowed by the ocean that once gave her life. The pain wasn't just physical. It was the shattering of everything she thought she was meant to become. But Bethany was not built to surrender. 2 weeks after the attack, while most would still be recovering, she asked her father to take her back to the water. Friends thought she was crazy. Her mother worried, "What if the shark comes back?" But Bethany's reply was simple, almost defiant. "I don't need easy, I just need possible." The first time she paddled back into the ocean with one arm, it was a disaster. She couldn't balance, couldn't push through waves, couldn't stand up. Every failure screamed at her, "It's over, give up." But something inside her refused. She realized that the shark had taken her arm, but it hadn't taken her spirit. It hadn't taken her love for surfing. And so she made a decision. She would find a way. Bethany began training with relentless determination. She customized her surfboard with a special handle so she could duck dive through waves. She practiced paddling endlessly, building strength in her right arm. Day after day, she fell. Day after day, she got back up. Her body ached, her confidence wavered, but her willpower only grew stronger. By January 2004, barely 2 months after the attack, Bethany entered her first major competition again. The crowd held their breath as she paddled out, balancing on her board with just one arm. When the wave came, she rose, steady, graceful, fearless. The ocean roared beneath her feet. And in that moment, Bethany Hamilton wasn't a victim. She wasn't broken. She was a surfer again. The world took notice. Sponsors returned, fans cheered, and other surfers looked at her with awe. But Bethany wasn't chasing pity or headlines. She was chasing her dream. Over the years, she continued to compete, rising through the ranks. She went on to defeat some of the best surfers in the world, proving not only her skill but her resilience. Every wave she rode was a statement. I am not finished. In 2005, Bethany won her first national title. She later competed in the World Surf League, defeating world champions and inspiring millions. In 2015, more than a decade after the attack, she stunned the surfing world again by finishing third in a major competition against the top female surfers. Hollywood made a movie about her life, Soul Surfer, sharing her story with millions around the globe. She wrote books, became a motivational speaker, and touched countless lives with her courage. But perhaps her greatest victory wasn't on the podium. It was showing the world that when life takes something from you, it doesn't mean your story is over. It just means you have to write a new one. Bethany's story reminds us that life will test us, break us, and sometimes take away the very things we thought we needed most. But true strength is not about what happens to us. It's about how we respond. She lost her arm, but she gained a purpose far greater than surfing trophies. She became living proof that the human spirit cannot be defeated by circumstance. So the next time life knocks you down, remember Bethany Hamilton. Remember that pain does not define you. What defines you is the choice to rise again, no matter how hard it seems. Because the truth is simple. You only lose when you refuse to get back up. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey of resilience and courage. If Bethany's story inspired you, share it with someone who needs hope today. And if you want more stories of strength, perseverance, and never giving up, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Because sometimes one story is all it takes to remind us that no matter what life throws at us, we are stronger than we think.